Huge here. It's your girl Lex, and I'm so happy that you tuned in. Isn't she fancy? Okay, with this backdrop right here. Yeah, I can't take too much credit for it. I'm borrowing it from my church. Anyway, so you're on here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited about 2020. One of my goals for this year is to come on here twice a week to just bring you some kind of inspiration in different areas of your life. And I wanted to give a big up to all my guys who watch. I know this channel is going to be very purposeful to talk to women and ladies in ministry. If you've been called by God, I just want to share my heart with you and let you know that someone is here cheering you on. But I had some guys email me, talk to me, and let me know that they're watching too. So guys, this is for you too, but girls will also have our little chit chats and private moments. So welcome. Let's get right into today's video. Today we're going to be talking about 7 ways to make sure that 2020 is the best year ever. So my first point is that you need to make goals. Come on, everybody. Without goals, you're just going to let another year pass by and feel like you didn't accomplish anything or much. So let's start there. Just write down some goals. How about you challenge yourself to write down 5 goals? If that's easy for you and you already have those goals down, then write 10. All right, so at least from 1 to 10, what are your goals? Or if you're like me, I need to categorize my stuff. So some areas in which I look to have goals in are personal goals. Personal goals could be, of course, how much weight you're gonna lose this month. Or this year, just choosing healthy lifestyle choices. Maybe your goal is to sleep another hour a day. Maybe your goal this year personally is to read more. Also, personal goals could be a trip that you want to take this year. So whatever it is, you need to, I like to categorize myself. So personal goals are important, and then you just number them 1 to 3 or 1 to 5 or 1 to 10. Another goal could be your family, friend, or relationship goals. Now, I'm going to be very honest and tell you that I have the privilege of knowing some amazing people throughout my whole life, even from elementary school, and to be able to connect with them. However, I am not the best person at keeping up with my friendships, and I know I'm not the only one out there. So this year, why don't you make one of those goals, making sure that you stay connected? It doesn't have to be once a week. It could be once a month. It could be in the DM. It could be a text. It could be a snap, whatever it is, or a Marco Polo, which I think I have like 2 Marco Polos that I haven't seen that I will get to later today. So whatever your relationship goals are, or another relationship goal could very well be that you need to forgive someone. You've been carrying the weight too long, sister, brother. So you need to go ahead and let this be the year where you release all of that stuff and just start the year right. Another goal is in your spiritual goals. What are your spiritual goals? My husband and I are pastoring an amazing church called Vida Church. And just because you're a pastor doesn't mean that you have your life right. So it is so important to personally have some spiritual goals, like reading the word more, studying more, getting into some courses, doing some devotionals. Like, make sure that you make an allotted time daily to get your spirit and your heart right. There's something about getting your spirit and your heart right that will change everything for you. It will change the way you see your day-to-day things in life. It will change the way you see the setbacks. The way we walk through our day-to-day completely changes. A spiritual goal can be to just make it to church at least, for those of you starting off, once a month. Another spiritual goal could be that you're going to pray more. Prayer is just talking to God, and you can do that anywhere. In the shower, in your room, on your bed, in the car, on your way to work, as you're walking through Walmart. Walmart, I love you. I know Target gets so much credit for things, but Walmart, Another category are your financial goals. We did some calculations in my house about 2 years ago, and we are very busy people. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't like the word busy, but the truth of the matter is we are busy people. And it gets really tough when you're on a time crunch to come home, cook a great meal, especially when you're coming home late, you're tired, or you just have so many meetings, you're out most of the time traveling. It's so hard to sit down and eat right. But what we realized in making the calculations, we spent way too much eating outside. I'm not gonna give you numbers today, but you do the calculation, especially for you, those of you who eat breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and Starbucks. I'm gonna ask you to please tally up what that looks like for 52 weeks, for 1 year completely. So some financial goals could be to not eat out as much, or have a big lunch and save half for dinner, whatever the case may be. So what are your financial goals? How are you gonna get out of debt? Well, some of that lunch money could go very well into that credit card bill. So financial goals, getting a new job perhaps. Whatever your financial goals, you got to have some goals. Another personal goal could be work related, school related, career related, and for me, it's ministry related. So what do you want to see? Where are you going? What do you want to see in this year accomplished in your workplace or in your ministry? Having goals gives us that pin in the map of where we're headed. So number one is make sure that you are a goal digger. Number two, and if you know me, you know that this is like, okay, a goal is just a dream if it's not planned out, thought about. It is so important. Pray, plan, prepare. If you know me, you know that that's like my theme. Plan your goals. How are you going to get there, people? So there's so many ways to do this. The first way to do it is the good old-fashioned way, and it is a planner. I got this cute little, look at this, it's so cute. It's holding my place for this year. I absolutely love it. If you want to see what's in my planner, let me know down below, and I would love to walk you through a week or my month layout because I love it. I'm like that sticker person, that different color pen person. You know, that's how I live my life. But so that this video isn't that long, you need to plan. So this is my planner that does things by the month, and it has my week to week, which let me get to my little furry friend here. So it does things week to week, which this is like this week. Usually the week before the month is over, I will go into the new month scheme and plan out my whole month. And then Friday before the new week begins, I sit down and I lay out my following week. So that's how this goes. But they have so many other planners. If you want more inspiration, they have planners like that. Like I just got this one gifted to me, and I can't wait. I didn't open it up so that I can show you here. This says stay more focused, prioritize like a pro, increase productivity, measure what matters, build more effective habits, accelerate your personal growth. I mean, come on now. This planner is the secret to my success is what's in the back. So this is the high performance planner. This high performance planner is based on the world's largest study of high performers and how they increase productivity, set goals, prioritize, and create the positive mindset and habits they needed to win the day. So if you're like, yeah, that seems a little too much for me, a little too aggressive, I need to go in this slowly, I'm gonna show you what I also do because it works for me. Now, to be able to plan, guess what? Thank you, Dollar Tree. I went to the Dollar Tree and I got myself this notebook. I have these in the car, I have these in my bag, I have this at my mom's house in New York. Like, what do I do with this? Okay, well, simple. This is like my brainstorming notebook. So whenever I have an idea, because I am very like with my planner, I cannot have a scrabble in my planner. Oh no, no, we will have to throw the planner away and start all over again. That gets too expensive. So I have this, and then I just transfer the data in here to in there, and it'll make sense for me. But so this book, it's my 2020 things to do, thoughts, brainstorming ideas, and scratch pad book. And in here, I'm gonna show you, I have my January to do. I lay out things that I wanna do at home, at Vida, in my personal life, and also in my business. Then I have YouTube content ideas that came into my head. I did notes for today's video. I have things that I wanna set up in my home. I have some to-do lists for the other ministries that I work for. I am trying to create a schedule for a productive week. I like to make a schedule of not only the things that I have to do, but also personal things that I want to do. So that's very important to me. So that page is essential. It helps me plan out better, you know, and mobilize. Now, this year I have some keywords. A side note from the 7 things to do this year is this. You need some key words for this year. What are some things that you haven't done last year that you need to start doing this year to be more productive? For me, one of my key words this year is consistency. Starting off great, start off excited, start off with all these ideas, and then I just kind of like plateau. Okay, there's many times where I plateau, and then there's some times where I just like give up all completely because I started up here and I didn't do anything with it. So consistency is a big word for me. And I'm going to put frames up in different areas of my house and office so that that word could keep me motivated. So make sure that you have some motivational words for you this year. So if you don't want to do the notebook thing, you don't want to do the planner thing, good old Word document, you could do the calendar and just write 1 or 2 things, or desk calendar. That works the same. And I know all of this is so ancient for some of you, and you're like, dude, like we're in 2020 now. Like we should have cars that are in the sky flying around. All right. For those of you that just love your phone, that's the best way to plan. Like go to your reminders and write yourself a reminder, or because you know what, that little reminder that comes on my screen, I just swipe it up and I forget about it. Put an alarm clock on with the actual notation of what it is that you want to do. If it is time to pray, girl, get up. If it's you better not eat anything bad for lunch today, put those alarms on your phone. And on notes, you notice I'm only talking about Apple, right? I believe in the fruits of the Spirit. So if it's in your notes, write down your goal for the week. You don't have to do the goals for the year. What about the goal for the week, the goal for tomorrow? So important. But do something and plan. All right, so now we are on number 3. Number 3, and I know we talked about this in number 1 and number 2, but it is essential. The best way to ensure that 2020 is the best year ever is to make sure that you connect with God. Let me talk to those of you that have not been to church for a while. Listen, He's there with His arms wide open. Just go. If not, start listening to some amazing sermons online. There's so many great preachings, amazing preachers that are preaching truth. Make sure it's not what your itching ear wants to hear, but that it's truth. This year, as our church, we always start with a fast, and we're doing 20 days, 20 for 20, because it aligns me to connect with God in a whole different level. Now let me talk to those that are in church and go to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, every Friday. Make sure that you keep your connection with God healthy. Just because you're physically there, are you really there? Make sure your heart is right, that you're loving on people, that you're loving on God, and that your worship stays fresh. Number 4 is don't quit. Unfortunately, one of the biggest things that we do as we're planning, as we're doing our resolutions, like I said, we get really excited. All of a sudden things start happening and we stop striving for what we initially started in our goals. So do not quit. You could be this close to the answer to your prayer, to the results that you've been expecting. Do not quit. So if you need some support, holler at your girl. She will be your cheerleader, like, rah, let's go, do this. But make sure that 2020 is the year that you start and you finish. You do not quit. This year, no more excuses. Hello, somebody, no more excuses. I want to take a little pause here because I know most of you are like, what happened to her nails? Mind your business. Number 5, be consistent. So being consistent is different from not quitting, because being consistent means that you're doing the same thing. You start off strong, you keep strong. You wake up at 7, you continue to wake up at 7. You don't make an excuse for yourself to go back to sleep and wake up at 8. Be consistent. Stick to a routine. After 30 days of a routine, it becomes a habit. Being consistent in areas of your life, like if you haven't prayed and you started praying for 30 days, guess what? You're going to keep on praying. You're being consistent. So in what areas have you slacked? You start and you stop. So find out what those areas are, and this year, make it a goal to be consistent. Number 6. I know some of you already hate this video, but that's okay, because this is for those that want to see 2020 live out some amazing things for them. And it won't happen unless there's change. So number 6 is organize your life. I don't know about you, but I cannot think in a dirty room. Like, before I get to bed, even like my covers on my bed, because I have this comforter, the comforter has to be rolled a certain way. I can't have my clothes all over the place. I get this agita, this like, oh no, we're not gonna have that. I can't cook unless the kitchen is clean. So sometimes the clutter around us stops us from our best performance. So this year, organize your life. Start in your car. My husband always says you can tell the way someone leads by what's in the trunk of their car. You don't need to pay for a car wash. You could do it yourself. There are free vacuums out there. Get your life together. Let's not even talk about going into your purse or your book bag, okay? Get your stuff right. Trust me when I tell you, the best of you is gonna come through your organization. It's just gonna help you navigate through your life in such a clear way. Then from your car and your bag, go into your closet. There are clothes in there that don't fit anymore. So it's time to release those clothes, release those things in your life, those shoes. There are people that are waiting for you to bless them. And another thing, I always say, those things that you're holding in your closet are taking up the room for the new blessing that God wants to bring in. So organization, organize. Some of us need to go into our pantries. That junk drawer, that's enough. That's gotten a little too ridiculous, okay? Some of us just need to start by making the bed in the morning. Whatever it is time to get it organized. There's some makeup that you can't have 10 years. It's time to throw it away. It is time to organize. And I trust me when I tell you, 2020 will be so much different and so much lighter and with so much more room for new things. And finally, number 7, be daring. For some of you, I've already talked to you about how hard this was, how many years ago I felt the Lord tell me, I want you to do this. I want you to come on here and just talk to people about their calling. And I was dreading it because of insecurities, because I'm not like everybody else that I enjoy watching, because of comparison. But this year, after those 21 days that I did solid, hello, flag victory, I decided that I'm gonna do Tuesday and Thursday. And I am so excited about that. But that to me is a big challenge for me. So this year, what are you gonna do to stop crying about why things aren't happening in your life and to be bold and daring? Because you know what? That just shows God whenever we do crazy things. So this year, number 7, do something that you've been wanting to do but too afraid to do. So that's it, my 7 ways to make 2020 the best year ever. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching this the whole way through. Thumbs this up, leave me comments below. You have my email there. Most importantly, subscribe to this channel. Let me know that you want me to do more videos like this. And if you have ideas of videos that you want to see, I am so open for all of that. I am looking forward to spending time with you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the journey. And don't forget, this is our time.